Disconnecting to connect means taking a break from everyday life and focusing on ourselves, on our neighbor, on each other, to truly connect. And this is a journey that we took from the first day by disconnecting and then slowly focusing on ourselves and moving to each other.
Something missing. We kept being stuck doing tasks, and most of the times the best ideas came to life when we were meeting in person, whether it was here at the Goetheanum in Dornach or in Italy.
Together to network, to make a change together. So please enjoy this place, enjoy each other, make changes, make connections, and just have these people in your heart. Thank you very much.
Yeah, the first thing that comes to mind when I talk about this connection is definitely not being on your phone too much or not being distracted too much. And connection is just being vulnerable and open to meeting new people from all walks of life.
We approach the theme of connection through different activities and different elements that were ongoing throughout the conference. So we had morning speeches, lectures in the hall, also combined with games that sort of helped to engage these different themes of connection, these different ways in which we could connect specifically around the daily themes. And we also had discussion groups where smaller groups of people, mostly based on language, met to further discuss and digest what came up in the lectures together. And then we had workshops which covered a whole bunch of topics, very generally around connection, but having to do with nature and art and technology and play. And then we also had evening performances from all around the world, really incredible stuff.
I find it like we're changing our lifestyle. Like we're disconnecting Wi-Fi and smartphone and everything. We're kind of quitting what we used to. So we're trying a natural life and just pure connection with people.
First thing I thought was the cell phones, because they connect us, but they disconnect us from the real world. We connect to a world we think exists, but it does not.
40? You think so?
Sometimes I notice that there's a disconnection when I want to meet new people in different settings and they're on their phone or they're distracted with other things and unfocused, and it feels like it's harder to have a connection when they're on their phone or just not in the moment or not open-minded, because if they already have an opinion that's so hard stuck, it's hard to have a conversation with them at times. I kind of have to think about, because we're in a bit of a digital age,
you know, and I kind of think about like smartphones and stuff, and I've been honestly really enjoying just leaving my phone behind this week because I feel so much more connected to everything that's around me instead of just always, you know, looking down. So that's kind of what comes to my mind.
I think it's also kind of a symbol when you look up and then you kind of connect, and then when you look down you kind of disconnect.
How can we truly connect in the era of technology? With 900 people, we try to come here to gather at the Goetheanum, trying to touch connection in different aspects. First connecting with ourselves, then connecting with others.
When I think of disconnecting and connection, I would think it would be inner and outer. Like, it could mean that you're also disconnecting because you want to know yourself more, or you're trying to find something inwards that you can't really find outwards. And also with like outer force, it would be like you can't find something inside, so you try to tend to find something outward. So it's like connecting with the community.
So the first thing that appears in my mind when it's talk about connection and disconnection is like sport, because when I do sport I feel really connected with my body, with the force of the nature in myself. I feel like my root on the earth, and it's very intense.
It's not just like disconnecting in terms of like with your phone, but like disconnecting in terms of like resting and like dissociating with all the noise, and you just like need space for yourself. I think that's, for me, that's disconnecting.
I think about connection, I will thinking warm, get apart, and together, and love.
How can I connect in such a way with myself that I really feel that I can make this choice towards trust, respect, hope?
When I think about connection, I think about like face-to-face and talking to people. I find that like in this day and age, like right now, everyone's always on their phones. We're texting each other, we're calling each other. And like, I think there's so much value in being able to talk to someone face-to-face, like look them in the eyes and stuff. So when I think of connection, I genuinely think like sitting down, talking to someone, and yeah.
Well, I see kind of connection as like talking to someone, meeting people, which I think is very good at this conference because I can go up to people and I feel like I can meet people from across the world, but it's different because we're not on a phone. So you kind of feel more of a connection with people because it's like face to face, right? So I kind of see the whole connection thing as it's a lot more, I don't say like intimate, but like you're more like forward, right? You have more of a deeper connection with them depending on if it's like screen versus on screen.
Well, in today's society, we are all very disconnected from ourselves, I think, because everything grabs our attention, everything needs our attention to flourish in this world. I think it's very important to be able to disconnect, to go to nature. It's a very, very quiet place where you can really connect to yourself.
When I think about connection, I think about people meeting, and I think about how we're away from this. And I really think about the kids that goes to parks and meet kids and they are best friends in 2 minutes.
Connecting is like intuitively making music with them, and I love hearing the harmonies that comes when we create music together, and I think that this connection is the opposite of that. And so when there's disconnection, we just hear like the sound of pans clanging, and it's sort of noisy and there's no harmony.
You know, I think when 900 plus young people come together, it's naturally going to be pretty chaotic. Like, it's just such a large amount of people who are really excited, and we're also people who are coming from all over the world. You know, we have people from 6 continents here, and so there's naturally all of this elements that make it pretty difficult to have a form that really works, and yet it happens. And yet you see people standing next to each other who come from such different worlds, and they're connecting, and there's, you know, this beautiful element of finding commonalities and being together in joy and in fun and lively chaos, and yet these moments of peacefulness and calmness.
Different cultures and ways of life, or whether to go somewhere or not, is really to listen to your heart. Melting ourselves with all of the other selves that they are here.
I think one of the ways we've been able to connect is if there's something you're really passionate about, I think showing that is something really important, so other people can also try to get a hold of it, and maybe they'll want to connect with you. A lot of people are also shy to talk, so I think taking the first initiative and like just simple compliments or just saying, hi, what's your name? It's just that small, simple initial connection is really what drives a conversation, and something that you can finally see what is within someone's person.
Yeah, it can be easy. You just roll into a conversation and you try to find common ground. Or when you have something in common, which is nice to share, or when you have a very different experience of a similar thing. If people come from faraway countries and they tell very excitingly what their countries are like or what they love about them, I think that is a great way to connect, even though I don't relate to their story. I think it's just their enthusiasm is a great way to find connection.
the fact that everyone is from different nations, different countries, is very beautiful to me, because I've talked to people who are from countries I even didn't know existed, and that's maybe my fault, but this conference lets me see that, oh, even there are people of my age who have the same dreams, have the same aspirations, the same struggles as me. And this conference really lets me see the other side of the world, literally and figuratively. And that's the beautiful thing about this conference to me. Yeah.
I think I felt really connected when we sing, and especially, for example, today we all sang as a harmony together where we hummed some Eurythmic songs. And what really stood out for me is, even though we were almost 1,000 people, we were singing like one person, like one body, like one entity, and it was the most beautiful thing I'd ever experienced, and that's something that really makes me feel connected. Yeah.
For me, what I do is try to speak their language, actually, because it's a way for them to open up. Because I know a lot of people here have a hard time speaking English, and at least a little bit of their language helps them get at ease and get to have connection. Also, music, because music is a way to convey messages that words cannot do. Music and language and their native language does really help make a bigger community here in Dornach.
I feel more and more connect with all the people, especially because when you live something with other people, like an experience, like a talk, you enter in a relation and you start to feel more comfortable with the place and even the people.
And we also had this thing we called the big project, which was this daily activity that we had leading up until our big event yesterday. This was called the Song of Water, and it looked at this picture of everybody as like an individual droplet but belonging to the whole ocean. So looking at how we are inherently individual but also all connected.
Gareth called us in to help with this. There had been a plan for a big project that was going to take place on trains, and then a plan for one that was going to take place down by the water, and they had decided we need a project that is thematically connected to water, but we need it to happen at the Goetheanum, and we need it to involve 1,000 students.
1,000.
The idea of which was like, we wanted to come up with a concept for a social sculpture that all the students, all 1,000 students could collaborate on together, using all recycled materials to create something that represents each person's individual impact on the creation of a network, a web of connection between folks.
So all of this fabric came from donations that was painstakingly processed into strips of fabric about this big. And there was one for every person, and they were tied in these big long ropes that were rolled up in balls, and we threw them off the Goetheanum, and everyone kind of went in these long trains,
and we practiced some of the movements around the Goetheanum up on the campus, near the Goetheanum, surrounding it, passing each other in long, long lines that walked around the campus as rivers would flow. And then we separated out into, you know, our own little droplet in the sea of water, if you will, and went on a little solo journey, trading the flag color with every other person, or as many people as you wanted to, rather.
So this was kind of an important theme, connected element of really it was a celebration, like a parade kind of.
And then they came back and we wove a web, a fabric web.
Towards the end, our mantra really became connection, not perfection, because of course it was beautiful and there was a plan and it was also chaotic, and really it all landed when we launched this web of our fabric connections over the front of the building, and then it just became the most like raucous, beautiful dance party, everyone celebrating under the web, and it was so cool to have people, like some people really excited to like keep building it out, and then all of these people bringing their drumming and their dancing, and it felt really good.
I feel this, like it was an impossible task that we feel we pulled off somehow. We thought this will work, probably, almost certainly, and it goes to show how much you can actually do coordinating many, many people across, coming from across the world with different languages. When everyone gives their will and gives their heart to it and says, we're going to try to make this work, and you just pause and see what the next thing that's needed is. And so it wasn't really, we didn't create it, we created a space for people to step into, and they really, really stepped into it. So ending with everybody just cheering and having a wonderful dance party and time at the end, just celebrating each other, celebrating being each other. They said it was the best dance party of their life by a long shot. At the very end, just the connectivity between human beings is very special. Yeah, and we started and ended with toning as well, using our vowel sounds and eurythmy gestures, and so we ended with a whole full minute of silence with hundreds and hundreds of students just standing there in silence outside of the Goetheanum.
And it went from loud, 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 like, is this just going to keep going? When is it going to stop? To just dead silence. You could hear the birds. It was incredible.
And so we really felt like people had a deep experience of disconnecting, reconnecting, and finding that substance that's weaving between everybody.
And I think ultimately it was just a lot of trust in the process, in the goodwill of other people, that they were like up for coming along on this journey with us, where we're not entirely certain how it's going to come together, but we've explained the idea, the ethos, the vision, why we're trying it, and that they all had that, willingness to give it a try with us.
Yeah.
I think that as an organizer, I could observe how connection develops during the days, and it's something gradual. And it was really beautiful to see this from outside one time, to see its development and how all the different activities made connection to go further and to arrive to this wonderful result during the last day.
Set for freedom, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.
Also, in terms of this theme that we have of connection, disconnection, it was this really interesting paradox to play with, because we see technology, I would say, as a theme, as something that's inherent to our time, something that's beneficial to allowing us to plan together from all over the world. And yet at the same time, it's this thing that can kind of prevent us from connecting more deeply. So even in our planning process and in making this whole conference possible, we relied on technology for people to fly from all over the world. We relied deeply on technology to get our entire ticketing system online, for people to find it through social media, through newsletters, through email, and also in order for us to have our planning meetings with a team that's based in 6 continents. And yeah, and so technology is kind of this thing to deal with, and also this thing that's deeply important and something to really be grateful for.
At least that is what I will put in my backpack and take home, is that energy that there was yesterday here during the performances. But I think this connection between all of us was really present and was really here. And I think it was very beautiful. So if there is something that I will take with me, it's definitely this feeling.
We invite you to pause, breathe, and accept whatever comes with gratitude. Hope you enjoy.
Maligayang bati, maligayang araw, maligayang bati sa dakilang araw. Sumainyo nawa, maligayang tunay, kahit matawari, lumawig ang buhay. Maligayang bati.
Honestly, I feel pretty connected right now. Like while I'm doing an interview, there's people around me. That made me feel like I'm very present.
Closest thing to Mr. Pfeiffer that you've ever seen. Oh, lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark side. I wanna be your left-hand man. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Oh, lady, running down to the riptide, taken away to the dark.
And we saw it with music, with the big project. With music on the first day, the sound was more silent and was more shy. And then on the last day, it was totally another thing. It really felt that connection that was created with all the work and the projects that we did during these days.
I loved seeing how alive this beautiful building came during the times of the conference. It's really special for me.